What's going on, fam? Welcome back. This is Chris with F4YT. I know you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another divine alignment light code message, and you better been taking care of yourself, leaving no stone unturned on your hero's journey, right? And we were back continuing our presentation series when it comes to merging with our guardian angel, our higher self, by going through these 7 centers of integration. So today we are tapping into the throat center, right? Because we really want to express ourselves in more creative ways, right? So this is the number 5 center, that's so right here. So if you're new to the channel, it's all about leveling up, growing to the next level and leaving no stone unturned on your hero's journey. So be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, right? If you appreciate the content, drop a thank you. Love to donate, you can do that too. Information is down below. All right, so with that being said, all right, the reason why you gravitating to these presentations, obviously you receive your call to adventure from the universe. All of us are interconnected, so different reflection of each and every one of us in different times and space, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So the universe is gonna line you up with the right people, place, and event. Gonna use any means necessary to get your attention. People that you normally don't even talk to will actually start telling you things, or their video feeds may start popping up in your YouTube timeline, and many of you guys are being intuitively, divinely led to these presentations. People like myself sharing the true ups and downs, things that work, things that don't work, and some tools that help me level up. A lot of books, and basically a lot of things are based off of my experience. If I compare a book along with my experience, that's like the cherry on top, right? But it's up for each and every one of you to do your own research. So it's not to blindly believe me, right, or anything that I say or anybody else say. It's for you, to figure out, how things look for you and how can you apply these things to your life. Okay, I hope that makes sense so far. All right, so there's no cookie cutter recipe to life. If somebody telling you that, you need to cut them off right away and learn these 7 hermetic principles, right? Because these are the things that you're doing each and every day, whether you know it or not. So why not have a better understanding, learning how to apply these tools, right? Because the 7 hermetic principle, the universal law, these are tools that you can apply to your life, so you can get that homeostasis, that balance that you need, so you can operate as that one force that you came here to be, you divine starseed you. So stop playing games and learn these doggone 7 hermetic principles and get it going. Okay, so with that being said, the universe gonna line you up people like myself. As you go from the known to the unknown, you're gonna get divine help from all over the place. You're gonna have to start cutting off some people that been lowering your vibration or keeping you stagnant. We'll talk about that. All right, but with me, I'm gonna share my true ups and downs, things that work, things that don't work, some things that I know that can assist people to get them to the next step. Okay, but you got to put in the work yourself so it can make sense for you. All right, so everything that I'm sharing with you guys is going to work, right? But things may work at a different speed or a different timeline for each and every one of you guys. But as you test things out for yourself, the universe gonna mirror your intent and give you confirmation that for you to keep going on your hero's journey, okay, by leaving no stone unturned. So what's going to happen, it may not work day 1, day 2, but after day 30, 60, 90 days, after you testing things out for yourself, see how things work, right? And then you're going to find your own sweet spot, and then you'll be able to express yourself in creative ways, and you're going to tap into your own Christ consciousness, right? So that way, each and every day, it's when you leave no stone unturned and expressing yourself, especially when you reach the level of your throat chakra, right? You're gonna find ways to empower people. Now, it's not really about empowering yourself, it's about empowering other people so they can exercise their throat chakra. Okay, so with that being said, each and every one of us have we have our own unique purpose and mission, life path that we have to fulfill, but you got to grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process. Nobody can do it for you but you. All right, so it's time to pick up your backpack and get the ball rolling. So on your hero's journey like mine, right, what's going to happen, your intuition going to guide you to learn more about energy, frequency, and vibration with music, learn more about astrology. Most importantly, you need to learn more about the vehicle that you operating in right now, so you can have that balance and also stay in tip-top shape as you maneuver and navigate in your own reality. Okay, so we don't want nothing bad to happen to you. So you want to learn how this body works, how you can properly maintain this thing, right? That's what I wanted to say. All right, and also they're gonna help you tap into your own Christ consciousness. You're gonna learn more about sacred geometry. So if you haven't heard of Brother Sanchez, right, please look this brother up. Brother Sanchez TV on YouTube. He's going to help line some things up with the sacred geometry. And Kali, Amen Ra, and Yaki Awaken, and quite a few other, Dr. Sabi, quite a few other people out there can help you tap into your anatomy as well. But you got to do your own research and read those books. It's going to help put you on a frequency. So if you want to start with these books that I have attached to this presentation here as a guide, especially the works book here, right, and the guide, man. That's going to help line your butt right on up to a frequency you like, man, why nobody told me this earlier, right? We all been there. So with that being said, by you applying these 7 hermetic principles, the universal laws, and this, building a better relationship, with these different synchronistic events, your higher self, your guardian angel, so to speak, Mother Nature, your intuition, the energy, frequency, and vibration, by tying things together with astrology, geometry, and most importantly, your anatomy, so you can drive your vehicle, is going to help, make you a complete and a whole person, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna give you a couple key points, some takeaways. I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? So underneath all the layers, you are, it's all about unity consciousness, messages from the universal source within you, because you are your own universe. And so we send each other reminders. It's time for each and every one of us to take full responsibility and accountability for all of our action. We can't blame nobody but ourselves for allowing these things either to happen to us or us doing, implementing these actions, okay? So with that being said, you are very unique, okay? We are, divine star seeds, divine light beings in the mind of the all, energetic thought form, so to speak, right? Having this, human experience. We are spiritual beings coming from higher realms, having these experiences. We want to know what it's like to be in this lower dense, right? This lower density, right? Or low vibration, so to speak. So what am I saying? Hey, we here to have our own unique purpose and mission that we have to feel life path, right? So what happens is, right, you come through the portal of your divine mother, right? Your mom and father link up to create that energy spark that makes you your avatar, right? So you come from higher realms through the divine portal of your mom, whether you male or female, right? And so when you come here and manifest on your due date, right? On that due date, you come here to get that knowledge, right? And by you getting that knowledge, you're going to test things out, see what works, see what doesn't work, right? And by you doing that over and over again, you're going to find, what works best for you. You're going to find your own internal sweet spot, and that's going to make you wise. By you continuing to, figure things out, it's going to make you better. And by you becoming better, you're going to end up balancing your material aspect of yourself along with with the spiritual aspect. So many of you guys been, heavily balanced, or heavily focused on that material aspect. And so Mama Universe, Mama Nature, and all the celestial energies are pushing each and every one of us to the spiritual aspect, so we can be balanced and whole, and so we can see things for what they truly are, in this plane of existence. I hope that makes sense, okay? And I want to keep it as simple as possible. So to get a better, as you balance yourself out, you will realize you're going to get that you're going to balance your overall polarity, that divine masculine and feminine principle within yourself. You're going to realize your quality of life going to start changing. Things going to manifest a lot quicker. You're going to cut out the middleman, because it's always been you the whole time. But people been, love to run a business when you don't know things, okay? So, but when you come into knowledge yourself to learn to do things for yourself, you learn to cut out the middleman and do things for your damn self, all right? And that equals your 720 degrees of knowledge equals 9, okay? That divine union. So again, to have a better, spiritual, perspective, right? Please look at Astral City, a spiritual journey. Astral City, a spiritual journey, will help put you in a different perspective so you can respect the game, okay? So if you feel like, things been stagnant in your life, you haven't been growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, just look at the people, place, and the event and your environment, and just use the process of elimination. Something got to go. Something came in your life that slowed you down when you was making headway on your hero's journey. So you need to cut some people off, some places off, some environments off, and so you can focus on yourself. And that way you can tap in from the inside out. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the inner path, not no outer path, okay? So with that being said, everything starts in the divine mind first before it manifests in the physical. Everything starts in the spiritual realm, right? First before it manifests in the physical. So the principle of truth are 7, all right? He or she who knows these understandingly possess the magic key before whose touch of all doors of the temple fly open. And the temple is your mind, all right? So the thoughts that you're thinking, the things you doing, the words you speaking, everything matters. Okay, I want to tie everything together. So these 7 hermetic principles gonna help you level your butt up. It's mentalism, right? Correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, gender. All right, and then to make sure you're tapping into your heart chakra. We just talked about this, right? You know, at all times, right? The 7 principles of Ma'at. And these principles are geared, you know, to basically guide your, you know, your morals and value, to help guide your morals and values and thoughts and behavior as you navigate in this matrix reality. Okay, so as you interact with people, this is a system of morals and values that's going to help guide your thought and behavior as you interact with people, and that way you can help continue to lift people up instead of tearing them down, add value to people instead of distracting people, right? Because you know you have a purpose now. You don't have to wing it anymore, right? And so these principles are easy. They truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, order, harmony, and your next move can tilt the scale in your reality either way. All right, so you know, we've been leveling up, going from the root all the way to the heart, and now today we're dealing with the throat chakra, right? Dealing with what, when it comes to this, we got the main issue, the plexus gland, and the related functions. So when it comes to this chakra, guys, this deal with communication. That's what I'm doing right now, right? So I'm exercising my throat chakra, the 5th, you know, with the soul. And this deal with your, you know, pharyngeal plexus, your thyroid, and your parathyroid plexus. And when it comes to related functions, deal with your metabolism, your calcium regulation as well. And we talked about that in, you know, the Zodiac Health, you know, series that we did so gracefully, right? And we walked, you know, through the whole Zodiac wheel and all these different cell salts, you know, that applies to your body and your overall well-being. So if you missed that, I highly advise you go back and check out, you know, the whole series and just tie things together for yourself, okay? Message. Okay, so but if you need ways to follow along, everything that I mentioned about those cell salts and these 12 tissue salts in your body with the Zodiac Health, it's in this book, Works, and also God Man. All right, so please check that out. All right, so with that being said, it's all about, you know, elevating your level of consciousness so you can tap into your own Christ consciousness. So we taking it from that dense, you know, level, you know, dealing with terrestrial, you know, energy, real dense energy, and we taking it to a higher vibration with the celestial. So what does that mean, Chris? In layman terms, we're going from the physical aspect, dealing with earth, water, air, fire, right? And we're gonna tap into more of the emotional, the spiritual, the mental aspect, so you can tap into your own God particle within yourself. All right, so for the people that are exercising their throat chakra, all right, I highly recommend this book, right? How to Win Friends and Influence People, because your words have, you know, you can either lift people up or you can tear people down. You can make or break a person's day just off the words that you speak to them, good or bad, right? So Dale Carnegie here, this guy here will put, you know, why reinvent the wheel when the wheel is already there? So get this book. All the, you know, a lot of these books are free PDF, man, so you don't have to pay for things. But I love to have the real book in my hand, because I can, so that way I can take on the energy. I hope it makes sense, right? And also, you know, to really, you know, keep your mindset, you know, focus on like, hey, how can I be a better person than I was yesterday? You know, I really hurt some people in my, you know, in the past. You know, how can I make sure I don't make those same mistakes? You know, please, you know, read this book here, As a Man or a Woman Thinks, by James Allen. It'll help keep, you know, get your mind on higher thought forms. Okay, so again, it's all about correspondence. We have the spiritual brain map here to help tie things together with your chakra system. We got Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna, you know, dealing with your divine mind and your divine mind, okay, as above, so below. All right, so it's all about just leaving no stone unturned. So we got the neocortex here of your divine mind and the divine mind of the all, right? Deal with rational thinking, you know, and also it's the genius mind. You got the limbic system here. It's the emotional, the feeling brain, okay, when you going through those higher frequencies, you know, because, you know, everything in your body is pretty much like 70 to 80% water, right? So it's all about, you know, tapping into higher frequencies so you can control those vibrations of your water, your current within yourself, right? So then you have that lower mind, you have the amygdala, right? And be mindful of the things, the program that you're putting into your brain, you know, because the tail eye vision tells lies to your vision. So it's time to tell your vision so you can program your own subconscious mind, so you can have the, you know, those building better habits, so to speak. But in this region of the reptile brain deals with instincts. The dinosaur brain, right, it triggers flight, fight, or freeze. It deals with, focus on sex, drugs. Oh man, that's big. He's buff, she's sexy, right? Drugs, worried about sports, basic survival. How do I pay my bills, man? I'm gonna have to get a job. I'm gonna have to get 2 jobs, 5 jobs, right? Versus trying to, research what is money and how money work, how to rent, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it's quite a few books out there that can help you level up on your own hero's journey. Okay, so again, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you're having issues with money, right? And also man, what's that other book, The Richest Man in Babylon? Okay, I almost forgot about that. But in this region here, that's why like everything is geared towards keeping the lower frequency. It's geared toward fear and manipulation. So be mindful of the things that you're putting in your mind, okay? And versus critical thinking, because when you can tap into your critical thinking, you tap into your Christ self, you can overlook all the BS, and you'll be able to point people to a reference like, man, that doesn't mean that. Read this book. All right, when the last time you read a book, you'll start asking more questions like, hey, I really recommend that you read these books. It has some great references, to some other authors in the back that help guide you on your quest for knowledge. All right, so it's not about convincing people. It's about educating people and leading them to, to their own self-discovery process. I hope that makes sense. All right, so we want to tap our butt in. We up here now. We'll climb in Jacob's ladders, right? And within ourselves, so we can become whole, be that one force. So material items gonna come and go, but knowledge itself is more important and longer lasting. If you don't learn anything else, please learn those 7 magic principles, the Kabbalion. There's a good side, not so good side to everything, but you better balance your butt off, okay? People been focused on material, money, clothes, jewelry, friends. It's time to tap into your divine intuition and the universe, the cosmos, and those the celestial energies that you have at your disposal, okay? So with that being said, as you speaking of throat chakra, right? Be mindful of your words. You can lift people up or you can tear people down. Just that simple, right? So when it comes to the throat chakra here, it's the Vishuddha chakra, and the attributes relates to real knowledge, speech, and the realization of your will. The physical location is the throat area, okay? Throat area that we just talked about. All right, so with that being said, the element deals with spirit, and remember, your body is the temple of your spirit, and your body is the vehicle, right? Your car, right? By which your guardian angel, your higher self, that guard particle within yourself, manifests in this physical plane, right? So it is through your senses and actions. I repeat, it is through your senses and action. I repeat one more time for the people in the back that didn't catch that. I repeat, it is through your senses and actions of your body. That's why we going from the physical, tap into the emotional, and then going to the mental. Because remember, your body is at least 70 to 80% water. So we need to raise those frequencies so we can get ourselves to a higher vibration, so we can get those different experiences that we deserve. I hope that makes sense, right? So with that being said, you may act. So it's through your senses and actions of your body, that you may act to accomplish your will in this world. Or in this life. And the genetic code that created you is very sacred and is a manifestation of your higher self. Thus, that guard particle that we've been talking about, that's within you, each and every person, okay? But when you know better, you're going to do better, okay? So this throat center is the center where speech and words become thought, and thought becomes words, right? So what does this mean overall? When you reach this center, it's all about empowering yourself and empowering others. So that goes by what? Speaking the truth. Stand up for the truth. And not speaking negative or unnecessary, words, okay? Because basically you're wasting your time and energy, okay? So if you're gonna use your energy, use to lift people up instead of tearing people down, okay? And observe the situation. Listen twice before speaking. I tell my children that all the time, right? So with that being said, let's get ready to lead into it. The lesson of this level of consciousness overall is that speaking must be balanced with silence, okay? So What you don't say is just as important as what you do say. My apologies. Okay, so words do have power, like I've been saying it before, but you got to be, say it with your chest, right? Be confident with your words. All right, so these are my takeaways. I'm gonna get you out of here. So on a spiritual level, your guardian angel brings you increased consciousness about the personal power and how every word you say and action you do affects the world in some way. By now you should know that. If you don't know that, experiment over the next 90 days, right? And then reassess. You will see how your words, can either, bring fire or water to a situation. All right. So are you being that positive energy? Okay. So basically, let's go to the next one here. So when working in harmony with your guardian angel, you become more conscious of what you say and how it affects others. Okay, you can either set the tone for a person's day, so words can hurt, heal, and change lives for the good or bad for people. Okay, so again, we talked about this numerous times. So like when people ask for advice or people ask you for advice, it can make you feel good because they respect your knowledge base enough to even ask you for advice. Or if you ask somebody else for advice, look how they light up. They light up like a Christmas tree, man. And then when you compliment people on their looks, you notice something different about they people working on themselves. Like, man, have you lost a couple pounds? Man, look at them, right? Or if you compliment smells, like, man, that's a new perfume. Like, man, where can I get that perfume? Little small little compliments like that. You'll be amazed. Just look at the facial response. They don't have to say anything. And also be mindful of other people's accomplishments and achievements, right? You can ask them about their achievement, and by you being more curious and just being, interested in the individual or in yourself, period, it's going to trigger more things. Okay, so just test things out for yourself. Number 3, at this level you will also learn when to speak and when to be silent. So it's up to you to follow your inner guidance. But I'm telling you from experience here, you will soon realize everything you say has a consequence, cause and effect, good or bad. Okay, so with that being said, there may be conflicts with your ego when speaking with people because, as you elevate, your overall energy, frequency, and vibration, sometimes that ego can get the best of you because you start to, have that big hit or start, smelling yourself or feeling yourself. And nothing wrong with that, but everything is, within moderation, so to speak. So if I say it fairly enough that way, okay? So again, number 4, there may be conflicts with your ego when speaking, which will urge you to twist up the story. We all been there, with these individuals around to make it look or feel, to make you look or feel good for positive attention. Let me slow my butt down. But remember, when you dealing with people as you navigate, on a day-to-day basis, the same people that do the gossiping with you, and we all had those friends that love the gossip, right? These are the same individuals that gossip about you behind your back with other people. So listen and pay attention and be aware. All right. So as we get ready to close things out, it's time, to take every one of us to take full responsibility for every word and its effects in our lives. Okay. So in ancient time, if you knew the true name of something, it gave you control and access to the moment of that creation of that thing. Right. And this is called powerful magic. So I'm letting you know from experience, words do change reality. Abrahadabra, right? Tehute, right? So with that being said, we finna close this things out. On a spiritual level, all words have a divine power. The words of God, right, sometimes called the logos, was said to have created the universe, right, within the divine mind, right? And so that's why, like, you will see that naming ceremonies are very powerful tools, or it will start to become more powerful tools in the near future. And I mean right now. So it's all about tapping into your higher mind and using your critical thinking skills, that genius mind. Okay, we all have these gifts within us, but we have to exercise this muscle. Don't let it atrophy. Okay, so as we close things out, your name has a vibration, and we clearly discussed this, throughout many presentations, right? And so what am I saying? Words unite the power of the mind with reality. So as you navigate each and every day, you start to realize what vibration people are pretty much on. You start to see things from a higher perspective, so to speak. So I don't want to, be too arrogant with that, but you can see people vibration, as you navigate out here. So please avoid lying at all costs. Truth really is the first step to spiritual growth, and many of you guys know that once you start, you want to break free out of that root chakra. Like, man, I want to tell the truth. I don't like living like this. I don't like deceiving people, just for a financial gain. I want to do right by people. I don't want to deceive people, no matter who they are. So that's why the truth is easy, but lies are complicated, because after you tell a lie, you got to back that lie up with another lie. So that's why history and religion and all this stuff is starting to fall, because people are starting to do their own research and critical thinking and trusting their intuition. They realize, like, hey, we all been lied to. So we have to unlearn everything and relearn our own personal truth. Okay, throat chakra. All right, please remember to invest into this book. I mean, all these books should have a free PDF. So just do your own due diligence and research. How to Win Friends and Influence People is really going to help you out on your path as you exercise your throat chakra. All right, so this has been my own personal takeaways when it comes to my spiritual experience, when it comes to the 7 centers of integration of the throat chakra area. Number 5, the soul. Right, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Right, do the great work. Lift people up, don't tear them down. And remember, our purpose and mission require I learned a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and modify soul grow. As you help people to help themselves, the universe is going to reward you with abundance. And you're going to be like, wow, I wish I knew this earlier. So trust your own inner voice, your own energy. This is Chris for Food for Your Thoughts. We get ready to close these things out. We'll be tapping into the brow chakra next, and then the absolute, and we're going to close this thing out. But until next time, leave no stone unturned. Stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.